Violence, and the guest is Miss Jarrett from EJarrett House, and she is the executive director of this facility. And of course, Miss Jarrett, let's talk about this in the sense that we could perhaps bring some additional support for what you need as well as what the city of Nashville needs. Certainly you need some additional help to expand your facility, but the city of Nashville, with only 2 or 3 facilities, needs some additional support to expand the number of facilities that are available. And where would we start? What would be the first place that we would start in terms of trying to convince people of the need of such problems? I mean, the need of such facilities. Would you talk about the incidence of domestic violence? Is it a lot of folks fighting one another in the city of Nashville?
The incidences are high.
High.
I don't know what the percentage is right now, but it's high because I'm going by the calls that I get. I can get 6 to 8 calls a day.
Good.
From women.
From women.
For a place
that's a real problem. Okay.
That's a real problem.
That's a real high.
That's a high problem, and that's just me.
Ones that requires more facilities than available. If you're getting 6 and you can only hold 1 or 2.
And I can only hold 1 or 2. So if I'm full, I have no idea what they do unless they stay with their perpetrator or stay with somebody else. Now, I have advised a lot of them to go out of county. If you can find a shelter that will take you out of county, just go out of county, because if we're full, it's nothing I can tell you to do.
Well, I don't imagine that there's anything that you could do out of county if you come to Nashville as the largest the capital
metropolitan area,
Nashville, and you can't find any assistance here. You can't think of going over in Smyrna or somewhere.
That's right.
That's right. So it's a real problem.
It's a problem.
Well, now what are women themselves saying in reference to what ought to be done or what they think that could be done?
When you say women themselves, you mean the women that are being abused?
So how do they feel in reference to?
You know, they are so in tune to taking care of themselves and their children. I don't even think that they stop and think about it, because the only thing that they are conscious of is trying to be safe and trying to make sure their children are okay.
So they're on the run in a real sense, so they don't have time to talk, be advocating and
the politics of it, which is our job.
Yes, ma'am.
And once we get them calm, then the only other thing that they are concentrating on are the children.
Very good. And you find a large number of children are caught up in it when they leave the home. The children ordinarily leave with them. They don't ordinarily stay. Now, do you find that these are very young children, or what? Very impressionable?
Some of them are babies.
Babes in arms in some instances.
Yes. On up into teenagers. Yes.
So this is
Now, we have a program that we just started. We got a grant for a program that we just started called the Successful Sons of Survivors.
Okay.
And we are educating people on little boys from the ages of 3 to 17, because nobody pays that age group any attention, and they're the ones that actually carry the cycle. So when you got a little boy that's 3 years old and he's living in a violent home, he's going to start patterning after what he sees. It's not cute for him to slap you. It's not cute for him to bite you. So you need to start picking up on that, because when he gets 5, and starts to school,
he's going
you'll be at school every day, because he'll still have that same behavior. So we have this grant where we'll go around educating people on this Successful Sons of Survivors, because we want people to start paying attention to the little boys, and maybe we can break this cycle of violence.
Well, how, and dealing with grants, how successful have you been?
Not very good. Because, not very successful.
It seems to me that there
First grant I've had in a long time. First one I've had in a long time.
And you're not, and people don't seem to be, some of the folks who are perpetrating some of this domestic violence, who are also in very, very high situations and high classes, who seem to ignore.
They're in all classes.
In all classes.
Nobody is exempt. Nobody is exempt. I spoke at MTSU a couple of years ago, and the first thing one of the students said that, well, we don't have to worry about it because we're in college. And I had to get up and tell them, honey, you're not exempt. You're the one that won't count. We won't count because you won't tell anybody.
That's right.
Because of the security that you have. But they're everybody.